Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. Iced coffee. Gonna talk in this video today about balance. If you're an old geezer like me, and perhaps even if you're not, you may have seen the movie The Karate Kid. And there's an iconic scene in the movie where Mr. Miyagi, I think, the Japanese guy who's teaching him karate, is teaching him out near the ocean, and Ralph Macchio, I think is the actor, who probably at that time couldn't have really fought his way out of a wet paper bag, but he's the Karate Kid. He's standing on a pier over the water, like a post, on one leg, and he's got his arms out like this. I think he's blindfolded. He's got his other leg cocked up, and he's practicing jumping up and kicking and landing on his other foot. Balance, right? Poise. It's important. It's important for us. Hold that thought. Come back over here. We can read in the Word. It says, the fervent, effectual prayer of a righteous man availeth much, which is a whole lot of words in King James speak for prayer works. We have a member here, Quicksilver, whose baby is in a neonatal ICU. NICU. I think that's neonatal. Baby's in ICU. It's a terrible place to be as a parent. It's a great place for the kid to be when that has to happen. I have had 2 children in the past in ICU, so I know of what I speak. You feel helpless. Please lift up the baby, lift up Quicksilver and family for complete healing and comfort and, just confidence. And if you're not a praying sort, then send positive thoughts, right? Prayer works. Please do that. I just responded to, I think it's her, I'm pretty sure, to Quicksilver's post. Quicksilver commented, I responded to that comment, and that's what kind of gave me the idea for this. And I told, let's just assume it's a her, I think it's a her. I told her, hey, look, stop worrying about prepping. Stop, I said, concerning yourself with prepping. Focus on communication with the Father, focus on your baby, focus on your family, focus on yourself. That's it, the circle. You got nothing else right now, just do that. Balance. You see, I know I just did a video telling everybody, get ready, get ready, get ready, it's coming. But I also said I don't want people to get emotional and all short-breathed and everything. The reason we prepare is so that we can take care of problems when they arise. We can deal with problems when they arise. And so we have to have balance in our life. And when it's time to quit thinking about prepping, whatever you've done is what you've done. Let it lay there for a while and focus on this important thing. Which in the specific instance that got me going here was the baby in the hospital and, the whole family and all that stuff. Because, man, you wear yourself out as a parent going back and forth and staying there and sleep in bed. But it's the same thing with anything else. Let's say you're a big hardcore prepper. I hope you are. And you have another emergency in your family. Whatever. I don't want to speak, words like that. But something happens. Man, and I was going to go buy, 100 gallons of gasoline tomorrow, but now I feel like I got to do this. And forget the prepping. Because at some point in time, you're not going to be able to prep anymore. You're just going to have to deal with life as it comes, right? Balloon goes up, you got what you got. It's the same concept. A mini balloon has gone up in your life. You need to have balance. That prepping stuff no longer matters. It's like I was a volunteer firefighter for 10 years, and I went to several house fires. I went to house fires where they lost everything. Most of the people didn't care. Now I'm sure later they cared, but in the moment they were just glad that they had their whole family around them and everybody got out. See, that's priorities, that's balance, that's keeping everything level. I've said this before, but it bears repeating. We have to prepare. We're preppers, right? I don't even like that term. I like the term survivalist, and actually now I like the term neo-homesteader, neo-pioneer, excuse me. Homesteader, neo-pioneer. But we have to be ready, in my humble opinion, it's not so humble, for absolute chaos, end of the world as we know it, 72 hours from right now. Go. That was the clock. Because that's the system we live in. We live in a system that is so fragile that from any go moment, 72 hours later, it could be like a post-apocalyptic movie almost. It'll be a world that you don't really recognize. And so we have to be ready for that. But at the same time, we have to be ready to march forward into old age with nothing happening. Life goes on and muddles around as normal. Do I think that's going to happen? Not really, but do I think it could happen? Absolutely. Absolutely. It is my desire that that happens. I know some people have a hard time believing that. I am not living on Shofar Mountain and doing this neo-pioneer homesteading thing and living a harder life because I fear the coming apocalypse, man. I'm doing it because we like living this way. It makes us happy. So there's our balance, right? Because it would be kind of horrible if the reason I was living like this and making the sacrifices, because we don't look at them as sacrifices, but if I was only living this way because I thought the world was going to end and this was my best chance to survive it, and then, you know, I'm 104 and I'm going, and nothing ever happened, and I'm like, man, I gave up all those years and instead I could have been living in Manhattan, you know, or whatever, right? Yeah, that would be bad. So you got to live life like you want it. You have to have a balance. Don't get all in to one thing. These ticks, man. Don't get all in and then start getting kind of blind over here. Don't get tunnel vision looking through that red soda straw and don't see and observe what's going on out here. You got to take care of yourself. You have to take care of your circle, your immediate circle, whoever that is. That's the thrust of the message today. Prepare. Prepare as hard as you can. And be ready for life to go on into your old age, however old you are. Old's a relative term. Have you learned that? Those of you over 40, have you learned that old's a relative term? I remember when I used to think 40 was ancient. I do. I look back now at 40 and go, huh, that's pretty cool. Right? Come on. Strive for balance. Strive for harmony in your life. Try to keep everything even. Don't tip the boat. Don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Sorry, it just popped into my head. Having said that, just got off the phone with a Viking who's a friend and a brother. And I've been reading your comments. Speaking of which, and this is true, it's all true, but I want you to hear me and believe me, because some of you don't know me well enough to know that I don't just throw comments out there, compliments out there for no reason. My last video, a lot of y'all said really nice things to me in the comment section. And I really appreciate that. That is not me saying, do more. You know, like my dog, you pet my dog, he or she, whichever one, really likes it, and then they want more and more. That's not me saying that. I'm just saying thank you for showing that you appreciate what we're doing here, what I'm doing here. Thank you. It mattered. It made me feel good at a time when I could use it. So thank you. And again, that's not me saying more. But I was talking to a brother on the phone recently, just a couple minutes ago. And then I've been reading your comments, and I've been seeing some of them. The pressure is amped up on us. The adversary knows he's only got a short period of time and he's cranking it too, right? Yeah, things are happening. And I don't want to turn this into because I'm trying to do the balance video. Maybe my next video will be on everything that I see going wrong right now. Well, that would just tip this whole thing to the other side. Seek balance in your life. You know how I just did the video, as did several other people, on you need to relax every now and then, take a chill pill? That's part of the balance thing. Recharging your batteries. You got to do that. You also have to prep. But remember, prepping is done to assist you to get to an end state. Prepping is not the end state. Live your life. Live your life. Enjoy your life. Life is so short. Don't be in terror of anything. Don't be afraid. Don't worry. If you have a concern, just act on it. But don't get too focused on the negativity, man. Go hug somebody. Go give somebody a present. Bake them a cake or some cookies or something. Just do something like that. Give yourself a treat. Go sit in a lounge chair with a book you've been wanting to read and haven't had time to do, and just go sit there and read your book. Drink some lemonade. Balance. Seek balance. You have to have balance here. You have to be balanced. I talked in an earlier video recently about the whole man, whole woman concept. We're pretty complex creatures, right? And we have a lot of aspects to our personality. Shallow people don't. They could. They don't. They just like go onto one tangent. That's all they do. That's all they do. That's all they do. Seek balance. Seek harmony. Try to keep everything going without stressing about it. You can only do what you can do. That's the other thing. Give yourself permission to, okay, I've done what I can do today. Now I'm going to go take a bubble bath. Whatever. Work hard, play hard, that kind of thing. All right. I hope that spoke to some of you. Prayers, they work. All right. I'll see you out there.